What's up, NFL fans? Today we're going in depth on the New York Jets and how I think they're going to do in this upcoming 2026 season. Now, this is a new series I'm doing where I'm going through each team in the draft order. So last video I did the Raiders, broke down their season, and I thought they did pretty good. Today is the Jets, and first I'm going to start off with how they did in the draft, how they're doing in free agency, who they added, and then finally their schedule. And the final thing we're going to do is I'm going to predict how I think they'll do in their 2026-2027 season. So let's get started. First off, they had a really, honestly solid draft. They had 3 first-round picks because they traded back up for round 30 for Omar Cooper Jr., which is probably one of the best receivers in this draft. They got Kenyon Sadiq, pick 16, the best tight end in the draft easily. He's basically a big body receiver. He's insane. And then probably the best edge in the draft with David Bailey, pick 2. Now, round 2, they took D'Angelo Pons, one of the better cornerbacks in this draft. Behind Mantor Delane, Jamal McCoy, all those guys. They took defensive tackle Derrick Jackson Jr. from Florida State. I really like this guy, so that's a really good pick for them. Then they took Cade Klubnik, I believe, from Clemson. So a good quarterback pick, even though their starting quarterback will definitely be Geno Smith. Then they took a guard, and then they took a safety, BJ Penn. So pretty solid draft all around. For the things they need to actually work on, I think they did well with that. The team overall last year was just disappointing. Both sides of the ball. The offense couldn't do anything really, even with Garrett Wilson. Felt like they couldn't do much. And then the defense, they got no interceptions, I think, which is insane. So I think they will do better with that really talented cornerback in D'Angelo Pons, and then getting pressure on the quarterback with Darrell Jackson and David Bailey. Now, in terms of their offensive weapons, like I said, Kenyon Sadiq and Omar Cooper Jr., who they got, that's a really good pick. Both really good pickups for them because they're both just really good receiving threats for Geno Smith to work with, and Aaron Glenn as well. Now, for their actual free agency, they added a lot of people this free agency. Some of the notable names: Demario Davis, Saints legend, linebacker. They added Dane Belton, safety. Nashawn Wright, corner. He's the opposite. He'll be opposite of Brandon Stevens, which is interesting. They signed a kicker, Cade York. They lost Nick Folk to the Falcons, so Cade, I think, will come in and be fine. He won't be like the Brandon Aubrey, but he'll make the kicks. He has experience, so that's good. And then they brought in running back in Kene Nwengu. I think that's how you say that. For a one-year deal, $2 million. It's a veteran deal for him, and he'll probably be more of a kick returner guy. So that's basically their off-season additions. In summary, obviously Geno Smith, the big one, 3-year, $40 million contract, which is pretty nice for him. So good for him. Now, in terms of the schedule, the day I'm filming this, the schedule release comes out tonight at 8 p.m. EST. So I will start actually looking at the schedules for each week for each team. But right now, currently don't have that. So I'm just using who they're actually going against for right now. To be fair, here it does have some of the leaks because some of the leaks have come out. But I don't really care about the leaks right now until the actual full schedule release from the NFL comes out. So it looks like here they're playing the Titans, Packers, Bears, Browns, Dolphins, Raiders, Bills, Broncos. They play the Vikings. They play the Lions, Chiefs, Chargers, Dolphins, Patriots, Cardinals. This is a pretty interesting schedule. There's obviously a lot of good teams. I think the Patriots will be really good. The Bills will be really good. But overall, this isn't too bad of a schedule, especially after getting the second overall pick in the 2026 draft. It's not too bad. They can definitely win a lot more games than they did last season. I believe their record last season was 4-13, maybe 3-14 in that area. So I could see them getting a lot more wins with this schedule. There's a lot of easier teams. I think the Browns will be the Browns. It's the Dolphins. I think the Bears will be a little bit worse. Chiefs will be better. Then they play the Cardinals, which I thought didn't have the best draft, and I guess I'll get to that next video on how I think they'll do. Anyways, yeah, I think overall the Jets could definitely go 7-10. I think they could definitely achieve that. They could sneak up on some teams and beat them because they're certainly better. Don't get me wrong, but better enough to do, win the division or anything like that. I do not think so. Their division is actually kind of tough, a little bit tougher this year because the Patriots, I think, will will be really good. Bills will be really good. I think the Dolphins got better. Malik Willis, the starting quarterback. I know they only have Devon Achane, like literally their only like offensive weapon at this point. But Devon Achane's still like a top 5 running back. So yeah, but anyways, like I said, I do think they'll have a better season. 7-10 is a major improvement, and that gets them on track. They'll have a lot of younger players that I feel like will get better with time, like Kenny Sadiq, Amari Cooper, those guys. They will get better as they get older and more experienced. So maybe Cade Klubnik might be their guy too, because I don't think Geno Smith will be that guy. He basically led the league in interceptions last year, I think, or he was up there with interceptions. He can lock in sometimes and have really good games, but sometimes he just doesn't look too good. The O-line's not horrible, I believe, with the Jets, so I don't think he has to deal with running for his life, kind of like he did at the Raiders. The Raiders had a really mid O-line, so I think he'll have a better season in terms of that. But yeah, 7-10 is going to be my prediction for them. I believe I had the Raiders going from 7-10 or 9-8, one of those. So I think a lot of teams improved this year, so that's good. Anyways, thanks for watching. Next week will be the Arizona Cardinals, so stay tuned for that. And stay tuned for the schedule release tonight. I might make a video on that, talking about my favorite matchups. Anyways, see you guys next one, and goodbye.